Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain how it is that there's no this causing a that. Commonly to perception, one comes to the conclusion that there's a this causing a that. And that's a misunderstanding, especially with people, because what seems to be going on is it seems to be that what's going on here is causing another person's responses, another person's behaviors, and that's an illusion. That's not actually what's happening. What's happening is that everything stands as it is in an overall unity within a field, a contextual field of energy. And what's happening is that because it's witnessed sequentially to perception, it appears that what's going on is got a relationship to it. These are principles. These are spiritual principles. There is no this causing a that. Nothing is causing anything. And also, to get into a spiritual state requires a one-pointedness of mind. So those are spiritual principles. Then, if someone is expecting a particular response from someone else, they get stuck in a cage in their own mind because what they think they're eliciting seems to elicit a response from someone else, which puts them deeper and reinforces that belief that there is a me causing you to behave a certain way. As you can see, there is no me causing you to behave in any way whatsoever. So you're able to get out of the trap of causality by understanding that not just with the universe unfolding as it is, but with interpersonal relationships, people, etc., it's the same. They've got this energy. It's their own energy, and they're running about things with their own energy. So you say something to someone, they're not responding to you in terms of me talking to you and you thinking of an answer and talking back to me. It's rather that the image is held in mind and then it radiates thusly, and communication seems to take place because it's radiating, but it's not a one-on-one statement, response, something being revealed. Nothing is being revealed. Just like there's no this causing a that. So the other things that you really need to know about spirituality, I can't think of anything else that you really need to know about spirituality. Those principles, essentially. I can remember a very detailed spiritual story I wrote a book about called Letters to the Moon, which I'm in the process of getting typed onto a computer, was specifically about mental illness. I remember I was talking with you about mental illness recovery patterns, and we were talking about them, and then I remember someone saw that and sent it to me as if it was an explanation, but that person was caught in the causality, and they thought that I had revealed something on what it was that I was saying to them about mental illness recovery patterns. So this is just another video, but in that book that I have been transferring onto computer format, computer files, it goes through a perceptual experience which had me stuck up until tonight when I had a revelation. It had me stuck up until tonight where I couldn't get out, even though I conceptually, in the intellect, at the level of the 400s calibrated map of consciousness per David Hawkins, still had the belief in causality, which I was not able to get out of because it was still an unconscious belief, because causality is ingrained into our societies, ingrained in the language. You made me do this. Look at what happened. You remember when I said this to you, you said to me. You see, it's ingrained in the language. And then, of course, it's ingrained in the legal system. It's ingrained in the newspaper. Cause always points to a fault. So it's ingrained in our society, and it's very difficult to extract oneself from the illusion of causality. So tonight when I had the revelation about it, I got back in, you see, because here's the sequence, and then I turned on the camera and started making the video. So what happens on another level is that because the mind sees sequence, it projects causality onto the sequence and sees there must be a this causing a that. And if we do that, then we become like programs. We become like, you know who, talking about every day, like, well, today I did this, tomorrow I'm going to do this, I went home, I did it, and not just that, but the ego is automatically taking credit for what's going on automatically with the pronoun I, saying I did this. See, that's what I mean about it being ingrained in the language. When I said I made this video, it's ingrained in the language itself, not to mention the structures of our society. Causality is. So this video is just a reminder about some spiritual principles, and what's helped me tremendously is studying the work of David R. Hawkins. And I have joined. They have Letting Go of the Pathway to Surrender forum on Facebook, and so this video just brushes up on some of those things to remember, and serves that purpose.